Are you listening?
The Running Wrestling Podcast. And your week the right way fast. Step into the ring with us, no DQ, just trust. The Running Wrestling Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Running Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Big Mike, and I am joined, as always, by my friend, partner, and brother, Bedrock. What's going on, Bedrock?
Get ready for a storm. Pennsylvania's about to have rain again. Yeah.
You sure you're not like in a tropical rainforest somewhere? Like,
nah, man.
There's rain more there than it has in like Brazil.
I know, and that's awesome. Yeah. It's freaking snowing all winter, and then now we get these damn thunderstorms. I'm watching it move in right now through this window.
We are also joined by the man in the middle. You see him here every week, our good friend EC. What's going on, brother?
I am not experiencing rain. I'm looking at sunshine. Nothing but sunshine.
Where are you coming to us from?
We're back in South Carolina again right now.
South Carolina.
Sorry.
Love it.
Yeah, just
He
came
says
out.
sorry.
I don't like coming here either. So, you know, it's a quick expedition. Once this show's over, I'll be out of here in about an hour.
Oh, you be back home or are you in North Carolina?
No, I'm going up to North Carolina, and I'll be headed back to Florida tomorrow.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Before we get started, let's say hello to some of the people in the audience that were here with us on the behind the scenes. Lady Alpha, some storms coming in there in Ohio. She's actually, still in Ohio. She's planning on moving soon. It is currently raining in New York. I guess that's some of the rain coming to you guys. Rain's coming to Isaiah over in Virginia as well. And
Yeah,
Pete, it never rains in Canada. It just snows.
It just snows.
There's no such thing as rain. It's only snow.
He sent me a picture one time of his car. He had like a sedan, red sedan, and there's like a wall of snow on each side of that car, and he's driving through the road. I was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
As always, TC in the house.
I didn't hit that one.
That's
all
true.
behind the scenes. We're also joined by Herb and Raj from the Herb and Raj podcast, dropping in saying he's a Braves fan now. He's a very new Braves fan. He actually just became a Braves fan on Monday, I believe. So very new Braves fan. Chris joining us as well from the Cheap Seats podcast. Make sure you check out his podcast as well. And look, all these people most of these people we just talked about, they've all got podcasts. They're all friends of ours. Lady Alpha every Tuesday at 5 Central with the Wrestling Divas podcast. Herb and Raj every Wednesday at 8 with the Herb and Raj podcast. Make sure you guys are supporting all of our friends. We love them very much. They have supported us from day one. So if you're a fan of the run-in, make sure you're checking all of them out too. You definitely won't disappoint. Yes,
no.
Moving to South Carolina. I didn't know if you wanted that out there. I knew it was South Carolina. I did not forget. I just didn't know if you want that information out there. But yes, she is moving to South Carolina very soon. So I'm actually going to be in Alabama for a day.
Get ready for hot weather.
That comment about the Cubs. Some of those fans saw 2 World Wars. All right. Economic depression.
They saw all of the worst times in America, but not a championship.
Not a championship.
And also, I am going to acknowledge, even though you ignored it, that comment, go Dogs.
No, I was getting to it. I was just talking about people behind the scenes first. Give me a chance. And for people that are joining us on YouTube, Carol with saying hello to everybody. She doesn't forget EC now that she's found out he's a Georgia fan. So there you go. And then she obviously includes me in Sped because she feels sorry for us because we're not Georgia fans, I guess. So we love you, Carol, our resident FTR fan. Trust me, I wasn't ignoring it. I didn't, but I was trying to hit everybody behind the scenes first. So got to give them something a little special for being over on Twitch. SB3DROCK. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you go follow us on Twitch over there for Spedrock. If you're on Twitch and you want to join the YouTube, absolutely free to subscribe. Right there, that QR code by my head, it will take you to the Running Wrestling Podcast YouTube, where you can subscribe for absolutely free. There is no Prime involved, the drink or Amazon Prime, either one. All you got to do is click it. Doesn't cost you anything, and you see us every week. I am about to start putting out more content. I've kind of taken a break on some of the behind the scenes or other content, shorts and stuff like that. I'm about to ramp up for WrestleMania season and beyond. 2026 is going to be a big year for us. We are at 284 right now. We are trying to push to 300 before WrestleMania, and then beyond. I'd love to be at 500 by the end of the year. That would be amazing. Carol saying thank you to EC. But as much as we love all of the people in the audience, all of our family and friends, not what you guys are here for. You guys are here to end your wrestling week the right way with us, as we do every week. And we will get right into it, starting with SmackDown. And the Motor City Machine Guns pick up a win with a little bit of help from Candice LeRae, of all people. Ed, what did you think of the decision? Candice LeRae getting involved, and where do you think it goes from here?
I like MCMG. These guys are good, but Fraxium, I like Fraxium too. So it's kind of like a hit and miss for me. But I do like the story where Candice is. Yeah, look. First off, the Danhausen thing worked perfectly with the $20 human thing. That thing was funny. All right, I that shit made me laugh. All right, as much as I'm always planking like he and Johnny Gargano now. I like how they're trying to get MCMG back with Johnny, through Candice somehow. So I like the move. I like the direction. Let's see where it pays off, especially on NXT. You see,
we'll definitely get to NXT here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just keeping that.
Yeah, no, there's definitely more to come on the Candice LeRae front. But speaking of this match, MCMG, like I said, getting the win. There's been a little bit of tension with MCMG over the past couple weeks. Do you think we get that, or do you think this win kind of fixes the relationship and keeps them going forward, EC?
I don't know. I feel like with Candice doing what she did, we're going to get, tomorrow they'll be at some point where they look at each other and like, yo, what the hell was that? I feel like there's still going to be a little bit of tension, but it would be such an awful mistake to try and split these guys up. So yeah, bring them back, or bring Johnny back in with them. Look, Candice, I love Candice, the Poison Pixie. She's a genius. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she does.
Oh yeah, and doing everything she can to get Johnny over his funk of just laying around, which we will again talk about here in a little bit.
If you got $20 human, Danhausen can fix it.
Well, she gave him $20 human, but
Danhausen
he never said he was going to lift the curse. All he did was ask for $20 human. He never said he was going to lift the curse. He got his $20 and then he was gone.
He just wanted human monies. That's all he wanted.
That's all it's about. You got to get the human money.
It's great. God.
Yes, what's up, Zach? We appreciate you coming in. It is Major League Baseball opening day. My Cardinals are currently winning 9-7 last time I heard. So there you go. And everybody else is the Braves are tomorrow, whatever.
Go Braves.
Go Braves playing Kansas City.
So Carol, there you go. EC's also a Braves fan, which isn't surprising being from Georgia. So another bonding moment for Carol and EC. We may have to have some sort of, if we need to give you some alone time during baseball season to football season, so you guys can talk Braves and dogs, whatever.
Well, what? I was gonna say we could just do it here in front of your face and annoy you, but
I'd rather give you alone time.
I was gonna say I would enjoy the Braves content. Thank you. Yeah.
That's for Wednesday night. Speaking of Wednesday night. You can also tune in to Sped over on Twitch for The Whole Damn Mess, a sports talk show with him and TC, who we mentioned earlier. So if you want Braves talk, I'm sure they'll talk a lot of Braves. A lot of baseball is going to be talked being open day. So make sure you check them out on SP3D or SP3DROCK. Try to get it too fast there. Over on Twitch for The Whole Damn Mess every Wednesday night at 7 Eastern, 6 Central.
Yeah.
There we go. There we are. Got that one out. Next up, we had the U.S. title, not necessarily open challenge because it was already closed by Ilya Dragunov, who finally accepted his challenge. Carmelo has been trying for weeks to get him to get a rematch because he wanted to face him again to see who the better man was. Ilya finally, I guess, listened to his mama after weeks of talking about her and decided he was going to take the challenge. And we had a banger of a match between Ilya and Carmelo. Carmelo ends up retaining with the U.S. title. EC, what'd you think of the match?
I was watching this thing. I mean, to no surprise, I've seen this in NXT several times, so I always, already know what these two can do when they're together. Now, I will say the sad part about this is knowing what we know now, how this match went and everything. Very unfortunate that this was not a WrestleMania match because, god damn, dude, like, I always said Dragunov, like wrestling Dragunov should come with hazard pay.
Yep.
But Mello always steps up to the plate with him. These two belong in a ring together. It was amazing.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like they're what would you call it? Like a couple. I don't know, like a couple in the
They're
ring.
soulmates.
Soulmates. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, wrestling soulmates. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's normally what we call it. And
Yeah,
I'm
that's right.
surprised that they didn't do some way to get Ilya the win. Maybe even if you didn't take off the U.S. championship, maybe they fight on the outside and they're just like brawling to a double count out, which I know WWE does a good bit, just so Ilya could get the win. So they're 1-1 on the main roster for the U.S. title, and then have another match at WrestleMania, like you were talking about, in like a street fight or cage or some kind of stipulation match for the U.S. title. That would be really cool. But with Mello retaining and making it 2-0 for the U.S. title, Sped, where does he go from here for WrestleMania? Speaking of,
Well, what are they doing? That guy's a graphic designer. I just checked him out. Sorry, I had to put that in the chat. She says, yeah.
I got you. I see it.
But yeah, no.
What's going on, Maddox? Appreciate you coming in.
Damn. All right, so Trick is what? He's busy right now, isn't he?
I mean, he's kind of intermingled a little bit with Sammy, and he's been around the main event scene with Randy and all that. I mean,
Sammy
he's been all over the main event.
In on Friday, that's what I'm saying. Trick's out of question. I don't know. Look, history shows us that this may not even be on WrestleMania. It could be the Friday after or the Friday before Mania. And I'm probably gonna be Friday before Mania, an open challenge, type of deal. So it sucks because Mello deserves a WrestleMania title match, defending it. And Ilya, you're right, deserves to be in that match. That's the only match that look, you got an 8.87 out of Stampede star rating, right? Imagine being 8.75, that's what it was. So you got a pretty high rating from Stampede. Imagine if it was under the grand stage of the lights. Those two would have tore the damn house down and probably stole the effing show. So then we'd be talking about the United States Championship being relevant for a while after that. But instead we get, these hand-me-down matches that these guys are killing. They're killing it. Yeah. And EC, you're right. They're soulmates. They're wrestling soulmates, yes. And that's why it works so perfect with them. Yeah,
definitely. That's why I was wondering, what do we do to get this match again at WrestleMania? Because this is the match I would want at WrestleMania is Ilya versus
Mello goes heel and just like beats, I don't know, just go out there and whoop some ass. Like I don't feel like I whooped your ass enough. We got to do this again, Yeah,
I mean, it could just be the way the U.S. Open challenges work. It could be that he just says, you know what, I've loved being in the ring with you. We bring the best out in each other, and I want to have another match. I mean, this is one of those stories in one of those feuds where you don't have to have some elaborate story or tournament or anything like that. The way the Open Challenge has worked, which is so great with it, is Ilya could just come off and said, or Carmelo could just come off and say, hey, we've had two extremely good matches, almost great matches. Let's go have the perfect match at WrestleMania. And it's this for the U.S. title. So there are plenty of ways to do it that would make sense. So speaking of making sense or lack thereof, we've got new tag team champions. Damian Priest and R-Truth are now your world tag team champions over on SmackDown. Yeah, we'll just get right into it. Sped, was that the right decision?
No, hell no. This is just making mockery of the tag division again. Like, what are you doing here? All right. First off, we had the MFTs and the Wyatts. They were already feuding. That could have been a WrestleMania match. Now this is already setting itself up to be. You gave it a 5.5. Damn, I gave it like a 3. But
Yeah,
like,
that's high even for me. That I don't even think I'd have gone that high.
yeah, that's really high for me. But like, this is just making a mockery out of it. I understand you want to give Truth the title. He's going to retire soon. Blah blah blah. Bring back 24/7 title, or give him a shot at the Intercontinental title, or the United States.
He can
title.
answer the U.S. Open challenge.
That works too. That's what I was just getting at. But still, it's this. I don't know. EC, what do you think?
I love the whole mockery thing. It's hilarious, but I think the mission here was pretty clear. This is a way to get the championship off of MFT, so that them and the Wyatts could have this WrestleMania match for this lamp. That's all this is. I mean,
Is it a ladder match?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Is it going to be a lantern on a pole match?
Yeah, let's go with that. But no, none of these guys are designed to be in a ladder match. Let's be honest.
No, one of them's already 10 foot tall, so all he has to do is climb up 2 steps, and he's got the damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, I would have to say it's the right call, just because they didn't want this to be for the championships at WrestleMania. That's the only way to go about it.
I just want you guys to take a look at picture number 2 below me. All right, this is what I mean by this guy's 10 foot freaking tall. He is on the ground. Okay, putting his hands around R-Truth like he's a child. Okay, look how big this man is. I need to go meet him. Someone tell him I need to meet him. I need to meet Talatonga. That's a goal now.
I don't get it, man. I mean, think of what we had last year.
Yeah.
You had the Street Profits, you had Fraxium, you had the Motor City Machine Guns, you had Los Garzas. I mean, all these tag teams were so on fire last year around WrestleMania time, and now it's this. Now it's R-Truth and Damian Priest. I don't know, man. I had trouble wrapping my head around it. But that's pretty much. Go ahead, EC.
It's just like I said, that's all it is a way to get the titles off of those two groups, because they don't want the championship.
Do we get a tag team match for the titles at WrestleMania with Priest and Truth?
Oh,
for anybody? I'm gonna.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talking about Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up before we go to Raw.
I would absolutely believe so. I wouldn't be surprised if it's multi-tag, but I mean, it would have to be there.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and that pretty much is everything we had for SmackDown. SmackDown last week wasn't a great show for me. The U.S. title match was really good, but none of the other segments really hit, and that's a couple weeks in a row.
The only thing that hit for me was that we saw 09 Orton.
And Human Dollars.
I mean,
Human Dollars. That was hilarious. That's
yeah, definitely had some moments, but just a show as a show overall. I mean, it just I don't know. It fell flat to me.
Monday Night Raw had 3 matches and nothing but promos.
Yeah, and not great ones either.
Yeah, well,
before we get to Raw, though,
we didn't put that in there. That's exactly why I didn't put that in there. I like Lash. Everyone knows that, and I just couldn't. The match was just like.
Before we switch gears over Raw, we did have a question from the audience for EC. Brian, former champion here on the run-in, is actually going to an NXT live show tomorrow night. He wants to know kind of what to expect, and he's got ringside seats, as a matter of fact.
I mean, if you watch NXT and you're aware of the storylines, I would say it'd be a lot of that. You'll probably get, I would have to say, some kind of Ethan Page and Ricky Saints tag team match. Tatum and Blake will be, I mean, it's hard to say because I don't know who all is supposed to be there, but I would have to assume a lot of it's going to be the build going into Stand and Deliver.
A Twitch clip.
Yeah, the house shows are fun, and they did it with the WWE when they did house shows. That's where you just try new stuff. So there's no telling what you may get on just a regular live, non-televised show.
I would say it's going to be a lot of randomness just to have fun. I mean, that's the whole point of those house shows, is to not take it as serious as they do on TV nights. It'll be fun for you.
Yeah, definitely. All right, moving on to Raw, because absolutely nothing else happened on SmackDown. Even though Stampede said something about something, we're going to ignore that part. Love you, Stampede, but I'm not talking about that. Javon Evans shows out once again, defeating Grayson Waller in a great match. Grayson Waller showing out too, showing why he should be wrestling more, and why he's been one of my favorite wrestlers ever since he was in NXT. I love Grayson Waller. Yeah, great match, great showcase for these two. What do you think's next for Javon, EC?
You got to believe that at this point, Javon's going to have to go into that Intercontinental title picture.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you can keep having him have these random matches, which, I mean, this one was a little less random since Kofi was trying to, what's the word? Recruit him. But, yeah, I would have to believe he's going to be in the Intercontinental title picture going into WrestleMania, as he should be. And like you said, Grayson Waller shouldn't be out of that either. I mean, he's always been good. Him playing the sidekick to the New Day is kind of a waste of time.
It is.
I mean, if you're going to be a sidekick for anybody, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and just their comedic presence with his, I think could have really worked. I don't think they got the right amount of time with it.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they did do when they were mourning the tag titles with, Wood, they miss Woods a lot, because Woods is a big part of the comedic presence. Not that Kofi's not funny, and I know Grayson Waller's funny, but Woods is definitely the driving force without Big E, which he hadn't been there in a while. But the new Day, Woods is definitely that driving force behind the comedy. And you mentioned them trying to recruit Javon. We all know Javon's not going to go heel. So if Javon Evans joins the New Day, is Javon Evans the saving grace for the New Day, and do they turn them back into faces?
That'd be awesome, but I don't think he joins. I see what Esteban said. He's got to go into the Intercontinental, championship match. And in Penta, he's going to have like some crazy ass match at WrestleMania or the night after WrestleMania, one of the two. Nothing's really confirmed for WrestleMania yet, besides 4 matches. And that's all
4 big ones. Yeah, that's about it.
5 matches.
That Intercontinental title will be on WrestleMania.
Yeah, I figured it would, but I'm just saying. I mean, like, besides Dom and Finn, that match should be happening as well. Javon Evans should be in the Intercontinental chase. That's I agree with that 100%.
Well, see, that's the one that I want to have. I want to have two big multi-person matches at WrestleMania. If it were me, I would have one for the men's IC title and maybe one for the women's United States title. Let those be your 2 multi-person matches. And then you've got, obviously, the women's IC, you've got Becky and you've got AJ. And then the U.S. title, we just talked about Elia and Carmelo. Let those be your multi-person matches. Let them have, ladders, whatever, gauntlet, whatever you want to do. And I think that would be really cool. And I'd love to see Grayson Waller being a part of that. So
Grayson Waller walks out as a champion. That would be hilarious.
As far as
in a good way. It'd be funny.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Like, that'd be one of those, like, ha! Take that, science. Yeah.
As far as Javon joining the New Day, the only way that happens is if Grayson Waller gets the boot, because Waller's not going to be a babyface.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they would definitely kick out Grayson Waller. I mean, the cracks already started there with last week, during Monday, during this match, where he was like, well, even after the curse, like last week, he was like, hey, you were cheering Javon beating me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed after the match, they were kind of going at it, because Kofi was, even during the match, every time Javon did a move, Kofi's like, okay, this reminds me of me. I really like this. I couldn't do that. All that kind of stuff. So
It would
definitely leaning into it. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say it would be an awesome tag team.
Yeah. Kind of the past and the present of
Yeah, and
those Flyers. Yeah, that kind of same style. Yeah.
It would make Kofi relevant again.
It would.
Yeah, I don't know how long Woods is going to be out. So,
or just put Kofi on a gauntlet again, and we can make him relevant. Yeah.
Also on Monday Night Raw, we had a tag team match where the Vision beats the Usos by disqualification.
Yeah,
which is leading to another match for the tag team titles. Heyman wants it at WrestleMania. I don't know that they've made it official yet. But is that where we go? Is it going to be the Usos versus the Vision at WrestleMania for the titles, EC?
Yeah, I believe so. And I think it's going to be the start of a bad night for the Bloodline. Jey Uso, it's funny to me after all those years of him, or all this time of him being main event Jey Uso, and the way Roman treated him all those years. Now he's reverting back to the behavior of the right hand man, like Roman didn't mentally abuse him for 3-4 years, whatever it was. Yeah, so I think this tag team match happens, and it's the beginning of the downfall again of a Bloodline.
Well, I mean, the interesting twist on that, though, is if you noticed during the Punk and Roman aftermath of their promo, hell yeah, thanks for following GM Pendavet.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. Hell yeah, thank you, man. We appreciate it. Sorry, had to jump in with that. Yeah, we are very own veteran there. He served. So, hell yeah, thank you for your service, man. We appreciate it. Sorry, I lost my train of thought, but had to get that out there.
I was about to say thank you for the follow as soon as it was mine. Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just Jay barking the orders this time at the end of the aftermath of Punk and Roman is interesting. To where they've talked about him being Roman, they're really leaning into that, and I don't normally say that about Jey Uso. Is him actually leaning into it and making sense with the character, because I've been so down on Jey Uso for over a year now. It was really interesting to see that, and it was kind of nice, to be honest, to see it go a different way.
Damn, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Pendavet. We appreciate that.
Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, you're fine, man. I saw it too. Yeah, man, I'm just interested to see where it goes between Jay and Roman after WrestleMania. At least it gives us something past that to look forward to with Jay and Roman. Do you think we get a match for them after Mania, Sped?
Well, see, and that's where I was going to say. First, it looks like Jay's going heel, right? Everything's pointing to Jay going heel, but and becoming the new tribal chief. Because look what's happening. Punk said something on Raw. You need them to beat me. I don't need anyone, I think he said, right? You would know better than I would, EC. You're a big Punk fan. I don't need anyone to help me win a match. I'm the best in the world. And it got in Roman's head. You can see it's getting in Roman's head. But it was Jey Uso barking orders. You know what to do. Get that fool. You know what to do. Do it. And he did it. Superman punched him, right? It seems like Jimmy is trying to be the voice of reason, and it's not looking good on him. Damn, thank you again.
It's interesting, even in that Punk segment where you talked about him saying that Roman needs the Usos. He also said that the Usos need Roman, so he's tying them back in together as a group, not just one needing the other. So again, just a whole different.
This is good. This is beautiful story
it's building
what they're doing. Yes, that's what it's like a cake, man. It's like watching that Cake Boss guy. He's doing it up, and he's got the cake, and he's got the icing, and you're like, oh man, it's done. Nope, throws another top on there, and he's got the ice. Like, damn, man. Thank you again, brother. Thank you for this.
100%. I'm excited to see where it goes. And if we get in, and I know everybody's tired of the Bloodline. I get it. We've had them for 5 years now, 6 years, however long. Everybody's tired of the bloodline. But if you're going to turn it on its head and go a new direction with it, and it's a whole different story,
Oh yeah, that'd be
then
cool.
sign me up for another story for the bloodline going forward.
Exactly,
You,
that'd
do
be
you
cool.
agree with that, or are you one of those that said just get rid of the bloodline and be something else?
It's kind of twofold because like I'm not a bloodline supporter, but I feel like if you're gonna go another direction or if you're gonna do this again with the bloodline, you should just finally do this whole bloodline civil war thing. And to see, which I'm not surprised, but to see CM Punk be the one that is now mentally abusing Roman after all the time he mentally abused people. He can deny it all he wants, and his fan base can sit here and say, "Oh, Roman's winning all these battles." He hasn't won a single battle between him and Punk. It is what it is. Roman, during that whole 1,300-day title reign, did not win one of those matches on his own. He needed his cousins, and he needed them way more than they needed him. So,
yeah, because he started off with how he won it. He waited until everyone was basically out cold, and then he came out, signed the contract, and went in the ring, speared a couple of people. 1, 2. That's when everyone was pissed that he took it from the Fiend. All right, and we were hoping when Bray Wyatt came back, R.I.P. brother, when he came back, we were hoping we would get that, and that would have been the end of the blood. That could have been the end right there, but R.I.P. God had a different plan. Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think this is going to blow up in Roman's face to where, I feel like it's a little too obvious that he's going to go. Everyone's or at least his fan base is like, oh, this is a guaranteed shoe-in win for Roman at WrestleMania, when I full-heartedly believe we're going to get to WrestleMania and at least the Usos or whoever else in the bloodline is there are going to look at him and say, you got to do this one by yourself.
Well, all right, real quick. If they don't, though, I can see the story. So if they don't do that, right? If they don't hey, Jimmy and Jay are not going to come up and be like, you got to do this on your own. You see Jay helping him out. And then when Jay's like, I'm cashing in my favor, I helped you. Now you owe me a favor type of deal. I want a title match. And Roman's like, hell no. Oh, hell no. We're family. You don't get no favor. I'm the tribal chief. That's when we get the match that Big Mike was talking about between Roman and at SummerSlam.
See,
I can see that.
You could do it that way, or you could also go the way where the Usos win, they retain their tag titles over the Vision, and then Roman comes out and loses without help. They say, look, man, we did our own. You got to handle your business. You got to take care of the family. Go do what you got to do. Bring the title back to the family. And he goes out and loses to CM Punk with no help. Fast forward to Monday night, and then Jay and Jimmy beat him down. They jump him, basically kicking him out of the bloodline and making them the new. And that's how you get to that match. I mean, like you said, it's layered, man. There are so many different ways you can go with it. And this is where and it's going to be weird. This is what frustrates me, is we see storylines like this where it has so many layers, where you can go so many different ways, where you can tell, WWE can tell a story.
Yep.
And then you get all the other BS that we get.
Yep. It's like they forget. Yeah.
How, why? Where's this at? Wait, where is an inkling of this in the other ideas in the room?
It's an AI.
I don't know.
It's probably a chat bot right now. Yeah, like, hey, how to use LA Knight. Please don't. Okay, got it.
That is called the sped bot.
That is called the sped bot, yes.
Shifting gears to the other title over on Raw, the Intercontinental title. Penta defeats Dom. Ish. But we do have the bigger story here is what happens, after the match. Finn comes out, attacks Dom, takes out JD, and obviously I think they even have a match coming up on Monday. JD and Finn, maybe.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting. It's all leading to what we all know is going to happen: Finn versus Dom at WrestleMania. I guess Ray can't go, or whoever they wanted to be with originally couldn't go. So we're gonna get him and Finn. But speaking of the match, EC, what did you think of the match between Dom and Penta? I know you enjoyed it more than Sped did, so I'll let you talk about it, and then we'll find out where we go from there.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going to ask me about a match that involves Dom and he's lost, it's already a 5-star match. I don't care about
What's
the
going on,
rest
Aiden?
of that. But these two are good in the ring with each other. I mean, I think you didn't have to be, or even a blind person could tell, Dom was going to lose this match. That was a guarantee.
That's why I was planking already as soon as this match started. I was like,
I'm just glad that I'm just glad that Balor Club has returned to the people.
let me ask you. I'm going to ask you both this: Demon Balor needed for WrestleMania or not?
No.
Not needed, but it would be great just to see how much it would terrify Dom.
Yeah, I mean, if you want the pop, you can bring it out. But when you say, is it needed? No, it's definitely.
That's
not
why I'm
needed.
asking, because I feel like they're gonna bring back the Demon, and I don't think it's needed. I don't think this is not the right time. This is not the man for that.
We also know the reality. That he says it's not time, it's not needed, because he knows if that demon music hits, it's a guaranteed loss for Dominic.
It is. I know.
And again,
Guaranteed
this could definitely
loss.
change within the next 3 weeks before we get to WrestleMania and do our picks. I don't see any way that Dom beats Finn. I really don't.
Yeah.
Even without the demon, I just don't see it happening with the storyline because I think they want to push Finn after this.
That's pretty
back into the title picture. Go ahead.
That's a pretty fucked up thing to say.
Well, but it's true. I mean, look at the trajectory they have Finn on, especially the new face Finn. They want him in that title picture in the main event scene, and losing to Dom isn't going to help that.
I don't know, man.
So I really don't think.
How many times have we said that Finn's all in and then they back out? All right, it's just I don't know.
And not to mention, a loss doesn't hurt Dom.
Get the Finn up to 2 wins per year.
No, but a loss by Dom gets us back that wonderful losing streak at WrestleMania.
That's true too.
That's true.
We are not. Well, only one of us is here for it, but the rest of us are not here for Dominic winning.
You know what? When I meet that man, I'm just gonna give him a plate of chicken tenders so he's happy. Yeah, like, hey, I'm Sped. He's like, fuck you. I got chicken tenders. Like, I don't give a damn now. He just said, fuck you to me. I'm good. And walk off.
And the sad thing in all this, though, sorry, finish the thought, AC, then I'll go.
I said, I told him, are you gonna share a conversation on your equally ugly facial hair?
Yeah. I'll ask him if he uses any product in his mustache. Yeah.
God. All right.
I'm sorry I stopped to rehash that. Anyway, so we've talked all about Dom and the Judgment Day coming out of this match, but we forget that the other side of the match has the Intercontinental title in it. And I know I said I want a multi-person match. Where do you guys think? I'll start with you, Sped, since EC got to talk about the match more. Where does the Intercontinental title end up on WrestleMania, or does it end up on WrestleMania?
I hope it does. It needs to end up on WrestleMania. Look, no, Dom, not for speed time. Minus 6.75 points for you. All right. I wasn't even going to do that until I saw that. Minus 6.7. 25. But no, look, Javon Evans needs to be in it. It could be a ladder match. This one can be the ladder match. Okay. This could be the ladder match. You could have Javon Evans. You could have Penta. You could have, you guys are going to hate this one, but I would like to see JD McDonough in this match if we're doing a ladder match for the IC title. All right, because that dude jumping off of something would be great. Hey, look, Stampede's with me. I was going to say, not Vikingo. I was going to say Dragon Lee. Where the hell is Vikingo coming in? Give me La Parca if we're going to do AAA.
I mean, there is somebody else that could be in a ladder match. Yeah.
I will hunt you down. All right. I will go for this over that.
Oh, I would love Ethan Page to be in it. But I
That's
mean,
who I was
the
gonna-
more realistic choice is LA Knight being in it.
LA
really
Knight's
is.
got LA Knight's got a better chance of winning the Kentucky Derby on a
You
donkey.
know what? Bring that. This is just pure hater out of me, but bring that stupid iguana and throw him off the damn ladder.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Hey,
That would be
easy, killer.
funny.
Stupid.
Yeah.
You forget we stay in the iguana
No,
on the Run Wrestling Podcast.
we.
I love it.
So,
Hey, we
I
got a
mean,
video.
and it would be a fun showcase if you wanted to put like a bunch of AAA people in it, like
That'd be
Vikingo, La Parca, Mr. Iguana, Dr. Wagner Dr. Wagner Jr. and any of those people in it, and just have a ladder match with them just to showcase that. That would
Oh
be
my
cool too.
god. Mr. Iguana versus Billy the Exterminator. Book that crap right now. All right. Yayeska versus Billy the Exterminator.
No, that is not a WrestleMania match.
No, I was talking about Raw after WrestleMania. That one's definitely a Raw after Mania match right there.
So what happens now that Finn is a face though? Going back to that, what if we get Mr. Iguana and Finn again as a tag team, and you get Demonito and Layeska together
It'd be the Muppets.
after their run in?
He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to cough that stupid iguana back up.
Oh god.
A Twitch clip.
Anyway, we talked about pretty much all the matches on Monday Night Raw at this point.
Yeah, there was only 3. We talked all about all of them. There was only 3. We
also
literally
talked about
all of
Punk. We talked about Punk and Roman. Is there anything else from Monday Night Raw that you guys can think of that you want to bring up before we move on?
Well,
What was it? I Show Speed got cursed on Monday Night
You
Raw.
did?
by WWE legend Danhausen, by the way. But I'm not also just not gonna let.
He also lost a race to him, by the way.
That's what I'm
Let's
saying.
Let's not lose that.
He did. He was like, "Where the hell did you come from?" He's like, "Yeah, where you been?"
Also, I'm not gonna.
Look, and I will go with this, Lady Alpha. EC is evil, and it makes it even worse that like all I can see right now is just his face. There's like no background light. There's no.
Yeah, he's
Like, he's
acting like
just
the
a floating
Godfather.
head on our screen.
He's
So
like
it's
the
very
Godfather.
interesting that he's like, it's like he's the evil Wizard of Oz in the background, just
There
telling
you
us. I mean, you didn't have to turn it on. I was digging it. I mean,
Yeah, you
I'm
were like
good with it. Either way.
Godfather-esque right there. You're like, all right, tonight, Johnny the Choo Choo Train, he goes down. You know?
I'm gonna get rid of that stupid iguana.
Yeah, that iguana is gone.
I'm not gonna let the Raw end talk without talking about Becky and AJ. That shit was fire.
That was fire.
that is a good point.
And also,
That promo was amazing.
Baby Rue is the menace that we all needed.
Yes, yes. Oh, what about Rollins decking Paul Heyman? That's funny.
That's- he
you
looks
see-
like Bloody Mary. That's good too.
Yeah, hey, do it
Well,
3
let-
times.
Let
So,
this
yeah,
let this be
this Running Wrestling Podcast is brought to you by Big Mike, Sped, and the Ghost of EC.
let this be
We're gonna end up on some paranormal YouTube. Like, is that really a person in the middle, or is it just a disembodied figure?
Untold Files. Yeah,
this is my new look every week.
that's dope. Yeah, we gotta do that.
That's perfect.
But one more
You need to get some sort of light like on your face where your face is brighter but nothing else. That would be perfect. Like
yeah,
if your phone has a flashlight where it's just like a spotlight on your face, that would be even better.
I'll get a
I know it would blind you, but other than that, you don't need to see anyway.
look. It's better than looking at that stupid iguana. But
And Sped's mustache.
that too. Well, I'm used to that. That itself.
Spend Mike in the floating head.
His mustache alone is an unsolved mystery.
It is.
That
How the
is
hell did
very
I
true.
get this? Well, my dad can't even grow this. He just gets it like that far.
But one
He's
more
got the Cuban.
thing.
know?
Look, so here's what we don't talk about. And we had a production meeting, and I'm very self-conscious about my facial hair and all that. Sped grew this out so we can make fun of him to make me feel better about my facial hair. That's how good of a person Sped is. He will never admit it, but that's how great Sped is. So
I can shave it all off. My wife hates it when I shave
please
it all
don't.
off. She's like, "Why do you look
I've
like
seen
you're
that.
younger?"
Please don't. I'd rather have the bad facial hair.
That shit. I was like, wow, I did lose some age. Nah, I don't even know if I have my Discord set up to this yet.
Oh, look, one more thing.
We are part of the Gimmick Table Media Discord, though. We do have a section on there. You see them right under me right there, Gimmick Table Media. Should make sure you check them out.
The only one with bad facial here is him.
That's because I can't grow a hair after getting blown up a couple of times. Shit's hilarious.
One last on Raw. I can't wait for Braun Breaker to be one of these unmasked men and just freaking destroy Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Yeah, rumor has it he was at the PC at some point this week trying to get cleared. So we'll see where that goes.
He did the Steiner math. He's like, I can make it back.
All right, moving on to NXT.
Oh.
And we had a tag team match of the brand new Speed Champion and Kendall Gray, the Ren QCC, up against Fatal Influence. Thank you for putting the light back on for that. I appreciate that. Ren QCC forever. Hell yeah.
Hey, Twitch, clip that.
I had to. I couldn't let that go.
And when you know it, Rendell gets the victory and a good promo afterwards talking about Kendall wanting to go after JC Jane at Stand and Deliver. Sped, I'll start with you in the match. What did you think about the match? And was it the right decision to have Rendell win?
Yeah, well, hell yeah. Listen, I saw someone on X say that
oh yeah, that's a good score right there.
Kendall is in the wrong company or something like that. And I was like, what? You know, like I saw that, I was like, dude, you are freaking dumb. You're smoking crack or something. She's great. Okay, she's perfect where she's at, and whoever said that definitely does not watch NXT because they obviously don't know how they're booking this lady.
Yeah, they don't realize that there is a rocket strapped to her back right now.
Oh, there's a big rocket. It's Elon Musk freaking Starship on her back, sending her ass to the damn moon and back. Okay, she'll be back in like 2 days. That's how far.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
So with that being said, EC, we'll turn to you. Obviously, with the match, Kendall and JC possibly happening at Stand and Deliver, I want to look forward to WrestleMania again because as the thumbnail says, we're on the road to Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania. We keep talking about these women tag team titles. Regardless of what happens at Stand and Deliver, does the Ren QCC get some kind of spot in a women's tag team multi-person match for those titles?
I mean, if friggin' the people that were writing the main roster shows had any intelligence, absolutely, because I don't know why those titles don't get defended or even mentioned or brought down to NXT. It really should be, but and if you're gonna have a tag team from, I guess you could say either one of these teams could go for it, but the Ren QCC definitely should be it. If you put, I was thinking about this the other day. If you put Kendall up there, like even just a one time up to Raw to wrestle someone, everyone, the whole world's already in love with her. But Can you imagine?
Oh yeah,
Over 1 million people watching her live like that. Yeah, she would instantly be a star. Instant star.
Well, I mean, they've done it before in the past where they've had like a showcase for and it's been for the women's tag team titles, where you've had the champions go up against a team from SmackDown, a team from Raw, and a team from NXT in a 4-way match that they could easily do again. So, I mean, it's not that far-fetched to think that could happen at a WrestleMania. So, Sped, you think that happens? Or?
Well, I hope it does. I don't know what they're doing besides, Nikki Bella, and the Bella twins and them, and who's the other team? Charlotte and Alexis.
Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah, Alexa. Sorry, my sister's name is Alexis.
So you have those two teams, you have the champions, and then you put the Ren QCC in.
Yeah, I don't know if they will add them though. Like that's my problem. It's just, and the fact of the matter is that Stand and Deliver is not on the same weekend as WrestleMania. It's kind of fucked up. Like,
who signed off on that shit?
Yeah, they're like, what the hell is that all about? You know, they stand, deliver, and then
here's my thought
WrestleMania.
about that. Here's my thought about it. They're trying to condition you now for them not to be on the same weekend because if they're going to go to Saudi next year, and I get it, there's talks that there may not happen, everything going on. We won't get into all that. But as scheduled right now, with WrestleMania being in Saudi, I don't think NXT is going to go over there. So they need to have it on separate dates, separate nights to separate it out because it's going to be in the middle of the afternoon. WrestleMania is over in Saudi, so you can't have Stand and Deliver in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's the whole point behind it, to be honest.
But I also, I wouldn't put anything really into that whole, Saudi Arabia stuff. Like I said on Good Evening IWC and Point Taken, I've been over and seen them live in Iraq, and they get security detail right away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it ain't no freaking ain't no little scaredy cat detail. These dudes are some bad mumba jumbas.
Well, either way, Stand and Deliver. Kendall Gray will be taking it.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Next week for our Stand and Deliver predictions?
I believe
Right?
so.
Yep.
Is this the 4th? Yep. EC putting that brand new title that he just won on the line again for Stand and Deliver.
If anyone's going to do the Oscar run with the NXT championship, it's going to be me. Nobody knows NXT better than me.
I guess since EC's the champion, we have to call it a lights out match at this point.
There you go.
I'm about to have to turn this light on. My head's disappearing too much.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, go ahead and turn it on. You're good. I noticed that too. I just didn't want to say it.
Yeah, because
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out next week. We got a week to figure it out where you're just a floating head and that's it. I'm perfectly fine with
I'm saying.
And we talked earlier about Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae and his slump. And what better way to break out of this epic slump that you've been in than to come home again? And he does. Johnny Wrestling comes home to NXT, back to the Performance Center, and just up and wins a gauntlet. And he's now the number one contender for the North American title in Miles Bourne. EC, you were there. You were in the building, right?
That's his picture.
Yep.
Yeah. What was the reaction when you heard, or when you really saw Candice first, when Johnny Gargano came out to be a part of this match?
Yeah, I want to say they did that countdown and then no music hit, but then you heard a woman talking on the mic and none of us really knew who it was, and then when she finally, I mean, those two, they always get this massive eruption because that's
crazy.
Right?
Right.
So
I don't know, man. You're drunk. I'm playing. I know. I'm messing around.
Yeah,
I'm messing around.
I don't know that I agree with that. No, I'm
No. With Stampede, I'm messing around.
That's what I'm agreeing with you. I don't know that, man. That seems low. Sorry, EC. I know we stepped all over you, so I saw that and had to put it up. Go ahead.
Now, Johnny Gargano, anytime he comes out, it's a humongous pop because he's a hometown boy. So, and then once I think this match wasn't bad. It was actually pretty good. And then Johnny coming into it just made everyone super interested in it, especially with, the planking and then being rolled around the ring. It was hilarious.
Yeah, definitely. I thought it was very entertaining. I definitely would have given it a lot higher than a 4, as you saw Stampede's comment there. Sped, was that the right decision to have him win this? I mean, obviously you want some star power at Stand and Deliver. And he did wake up a little bit towards the end of the match when he had the face-to-face with Miles Bourne. So,
but no, I think
the right call.
Yeah, he's home. You go home. Look, I go home to Atlanta to refresh, recharge, get back to who I am. That's what he's doing with NXT. That's his home. Yeah, he goes home. He's getting refreshed, finds who he is again. Johnny Wrestling's coming back. That Intercontinental Championship is in his future. Even the United States Championship, one of the two.
He's on SmackDown. Yeah, he's on SmackDown.
Well,
It'd be US.
Either way, it's beautiful stuff. So I think this is the right decision. Look, I don't know. That crap has me laughing. The plank, and then he just planked him. She pushed him. And 1, 2, 3. I was like, oh my god, this is great.
I mean, at one point, we were literally chanting, "Get up, Johnny."
Yeah, I heard. Yeah. Oh man.
He will never be somebody that comes to NXT and doesn't get some massive reception because
Yeah. I mean, everybody cheers for Johnny down there. I mean, that's kind of what Carol's saying.
I feel like if you need to fix yourself or rejuvenate yourself, we always take care of people at NXT.
Baron Corbin, Bishop Dreyer now, you know, when he came back down, he was
We made
he was hot.
We made Baron Corbin a babyface.
That's true.
And I agree with this. Maybe he stays down in NXT for a little while, you know, and hell, man, let him have a run with that North American title. Let him have some fun down there.
Sean knows how to book Johnny.
Yeah. Plus, if you're gonna bring them down to NXT, let Candice wrestle too.
Please let Candice, whatever, just let Candice wrestle wherever it's at.
Yeah, wherever.
And in the main event, we had the tag team that I didn't know I needed. Ethan Page and Ricky Saints. And it's more Ethan Page because I'm not really going to give Ricky Saints a lot of credit. Watching him in the background during Ricky Saints' entrance, I was crying laughing.
Yeah.
Just all the hand movements and all of this. I mean, I laughed my ass off during that. I don't even want them to win at this point because I want them to keep doing what they're doing here. That's not necessarily me saying I want Joe to win or anything like that or whatever they're going to do with them. I need Ethan and Ricky to stay together just because they're freaking hilarious. But Tony D does come out as well, gets the victory over Ricky Saints, gets the win by DQ. Is it going to be Ricky and not Ricky? Is it going to be Tony and Joe Hendry for the title at Stand and Deliver? EC?
No, this will be a fatal 4-way. It's going to be Tony, Ricky, and Ethan.
That's right. My bad. I'm not spaced out so much. They have the contract signed in this week. Yep. That's right.
Yeah, and I
apologize, everybody.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tony wins this, but I do expect Joe to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Oh no, Stampede's right. You guys strap the rocket to Tony right now. Get rid of Joe's a transition champion. You put that rocket on a real NXT guy, not someone who just came over from TNA that was another transitional champion over there. You know, the gimmick stuff's not working. Got to put it on the serious guy, man. Tony D is your savior of NXT.
And I think for the first time, they actually voiced what you've been saying since he came back, that he's doing a vigilante character. Like, they've kind of made passes about it, but they literally called him that this week. And I think it's the first time I can remember them calling him that. So good call on you there, Sped, calling that early.
Yeah, I mean, with Tony, I've been saying it over there all along. Is like, he should be the NXT champion. I mean, everybody loves him there, and everyone would be behind that. So, and it's just after Oba leaving, it's the only guy right now in contention that's like, oh, this guy as a champion, he's a badass. So that's what I would want to see is Tony win.
You got to put it on Tony. Like Stampede says, strap the rocket to that guy. Because, look, he went from the Dawn to being that guy, you know, the hitman, the dude who's playing by his own damn rules now, you know, and they're not going to call him the hitman. We all know that. Brett would be pissed, you know. So he is, you know, that Italian hitman, you know, the mobster. He went from being the Don to he's gonna execute you himself, you know, type of deal. And I'm using that in a friendly way, in a way like I gotta explain this on Twitch, that it's not about actual execution, you know, just storyline.
Gabagua.
This is all fake, people.
Yeah.
It's all actors. They're playing story. There we go. Yeah, I mean, as much as I love Ethan, like I said, I don't know that I want either one of them to win because I want them to continue going on. I wouldn't mind seeing them going after the tag team title.
I think Ethan's about
Just
to
because
go
I
up.
think it would be hilarious.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but it'll be a few weeks after WrestleMania, so they're still because they're not going to do it because being the 4th, you still got about a month or two before they actually call him up.
Yeah.
So they could do something like that with the tag titles just to let him have something else and let him do something to keep him on TV. So that's pretty funny, FTC.
Oh no,
calling
they killed his dog. He's going John Wick. He's going Boogeyman on
yeah,
everybody's
that's
ass.
what he meant.
Oh.
As long as he doesn't get fed him like Al Snow and Pepper.
Oh wow.
Imagine some.
I don't think you run that in 2026.
No. Damn, a lot of people forgot about that too. Because as soon as you said that, I was like, shit, I remember that.
Spaghetti and meatballs. We don't know what the meat is.
Or the
Any
Japanese choppy.
anything
segment.
else from NXT that you guys recall?
Trying to. Oh, I just.
Tatum Paxley.
Yeah.
No, I can't talk about that on here. That was.
So what I'll do is I will talk about how much Shiloh Hill has grown on me. If you remember, Sped, when Shiloh first came up, I didn't like the character. I didn't get it. He has grown on me every single week. He's funny as hell.
Yes.
It helps that he followed me on Twitter. Thanks, Shiloh. Appreciate it. But man, he's hilarious.
He is.
He's so funnier than I expected him to be, and just doing this character, I'm really impressed with him. So I did want to shout that out. Him and Tatum together is actually really cool. Their interactions, but I get why you're frustrated with not having him on the show.
So that's the thing, right, Shiloh? As long as you don't hurt Tatum, we're okay, because we don't live for hurting Tatum over here. Which
I don't think they're going to do that here now. Not with Shiloh. I don't think they want to turn him right now. I mean, as much momentum as he's got as this goofy, funny, dark web kind of goofy guy, I don't think they're going to change that anytime soon.
That dude's funny. I like him.
Well, also with NXT, I can't understand what Lola Vice has ever done to be like, oh, I should be the one fighting for the NXT Women's Championship. She has lost everything she's ever done other than that damn Underground match.
But she's the queen of the Underground, man. I mean, come on now.
She won. That means something.
I'm kidding.
She won her Walmart because Chelsea Green was hurt. This woman has no stake or any right to be anywhere near that NXT Women's Championship.
I agree with that.
And
I will agree with that.
I was going to ask you because I know you love Lola Vice. So
I agree with that. I'm not going to even remotely be like, yeah, no, she deserved. No, what the hell has she done? You know,
Ray is going to embarrass her on Tuesday night.
I'd rather see Kalani Jordan go after it as well. You know, I like Kalani Jordan. I'm a big Kalani Jordan fan.
She has more right.
She does. She was a great knockouts champion, an amazing women's North American. Yeah.
I agree.
So that's all I have to say on that.
All right, we will switch gears over to AEW for Wednesday Night Dynamite.
Oh yeah,
and the Dogs get their win back over the conglomeration. I didn't get to watch all of it. I only got to see highlights of some of the shows. So, Sped, I'll let you lead it off. What'd you think?
All right, listen. I watched this because David Finlay was in the damn match. David Finlay and Chris Connors. The Dogs look good together. All right, these guys. Is Roderick Strong part of? He is part of the whatever this fucking.
So he's kind of been on the fringe of the conglomeration, and he unofficially joined when he came back the other day because he was always the one on the outside who didn't want to join, but you had Kyle and you had Orange and you had all of them trying to get him to come in and kind of goof it up with him, and he is always kind of playing the straight man on it. So it's never really been said if he's officially joined the conglomeration. They think he has.
Either way.
He's never actually. It's kind of like the R-Truth Judgment Day kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, either way, and you're right.
Except the other way around, where the group thinks he's in, but he doesn't.
The Dogs needed that win, and it is the other way around. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But the dogs needed that win. This is a great match. This showed off why this faction is going to be one to reckon with later on, when in a year or so.
Yeah, 100%. I'm a big fan of David Finlay and the dogs coming in very quick fashion. So hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm hoping this sets up to Jay White when he comes back. He, the Bang Bang Gang, or Bullet Club Gold comes back, and they're facing the dogs because the last guy to take over Bullet Club, Finley over Jay White. So
with that being said, though, because Bullet Club Gold would be 4, right? You've got the Guns, Juice, and Switchblade, right?
Yeah.
Do you do the dogs find a 4th, or who do you cut out of that match?
You got Yoda
for
Ushi.
Bullet Club.
You got Yoda Ice and Oscar that are part of man, I can't remember that group that they Unbound. I believe it was Unbound. They're a part of Unbound over there, New Japan, which is they came out at New Beginnings with David Finlay at the end, and he barked, boof, boof, and they were barking with him. So I can see one of those guys come, especially Yoda Ice. Yoda Ice is getting he's getting big over there in Japan. Like every Monday, if you guys are following New Japan Pro Wrestling, they do the Yoda Ice circle. It's just another week of Yoda Ice circling around. That's all it is. So
yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at, Stampede, because I know either that or you choose because the Guns have to stay together. So it has to be either Switchblade or Juice if they're going to do a 3-man. And with Switchblade coming back, I would imagine you probably want it to be Switchblade.
Yeah, you would want to switch. But, I mean, they could get someone. I mean, the dog, look, what was his name?
Well, I mean, with Gabe Kidd with the Death Riders, he could get Claudio, he could get
who just tapped out.
So yeah, I mean, he could get any one of those guys.
Did you see that?
I mean, hell, he could get Moxley in there.
Did you see that? Claudio tapped out, lost his CMLL Heavyweight Championship over the weekend.
Is that on Dynamite?
No, it was over the weekend. Yeah, he tapped out, man. That was really good match. Really good match. Tapped out and lost it.
Who do you lose to?
I don't know the Spanish name. Terrible with it.
Oh, okay. EC, did you get a chance to watch the show? I know you're on the road a lot.
Yeah,
that would be good. They hire Pac.
Oh, that would be good. I didn't even think about Pac when we were talking about the Death Riders too. That would be amazing. All right, what were you saying, EC?
I was saying I typically catch highlights now that my TV app don't let me use TBS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know you were having some issues while you're on the road, so
yeah. But
whenever we're talking about matches, though, if you have something you want to throw in, go ahead. So
I was gonna say this is a win that should have happened at the pay-per-view, but whatever.
Yes,
exactly.
You're right. Yes.
Exactly.
It should have happened there.
There is one part of Dynamite that I hope you put on here that's specific that I was excited to see, but I'll wait and see.
Which one?
Okay, next up we've got the women's title match.
This was a good match. Mina, I'm not even gonna try her last name.
Shirakawa.
Say again.
Shirakawa.
Okay, got it.
There you go.
Mina Shirakawa versus Tekla. This match was phenomenal. Look, Tekla is that female. Yeah, 7.50. I gave it a little bit higher. I like this match. Tekla is that female out there. She knows how to run with the best, and I like everything about this. I know Tony's out for a while. Hopefully they push Mina because she is going to be good. TBS championship definitely in her future for sure. But this match right here, Tekla's elevating the division the way she's going right now. And look, Chris Stat, she did wonders. She did wonders.
Yeah.
But yes, Tekla's going crazy with that title right now.
Yeah, I mean, you've known since she started. I've been a huge fan of Tekla. I've loved her ever since she signed. So I'm definitely here for that. Get her on TV and dream match Tekla and Megan Bain at some point for that title.
God. Oh, That was slapped so hard. But first, give me Alex Wensler versus Tekla.
Yeah, no, I mean,
All right,
down the line. So.
Give me Alex Wensler versus Tekla, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong champion versus the AEW champion. That'd be beautiful. Or give me Suri versus Tekla. I would love to see that at Forbidden Door.
Yep. Easy. Any thoughts on the match?
I'm just waiting for the day where he can go one AEW match without mentioning New Japan.
Hey, listen, you got to.
They're intertwined together, so
they're very much intertwined, brother. You have to. They're very much.
It's like you'll get itchy if you don't do it.
Dude, that's why I'm wearing that. Look, that's what I'm saying. Half my merch now is either Atlanta Braves or New Japan. All right, that's all I wear is Braves and New Japan shit now. And it's my wife's like, why do you even bother looking at clothes when we go out? I was like, well, I'm hoping they got Braves and New Japan shirts out here. You're in Pennsylvania. Okay, well, like maybe.
Yeah. And what we will call the main event, I think actually opened the show, if I remember.
It did open the show, but this was the best damn match of the night. So we have to talk about it.
Swerve Strickland, #1 contendership that even Swerve didn't realize he won the #1 contendership up against Kenny Omega's EVP status. And look, I got to watch the majority of this match. Holy crap.
Yeah, this was a great
match. Two of the best wrestlers on the planet going at each other. Omega gets the win. He is now the #1 contender for MJF's title. Sped, take it away. What'd you think, man?
This was a great match. Great freaking match.
Yeah.
And I like 8.85. That's a good rating. And no, I did not get the ELP shirt yet. I bought one for my son though. Oh shit, he's in here. Never mind. I didn't buy one for him. My bad. Damn it. Yeah.
Earmuffs. Earmuffs, Aiden.
Yeah, earmuffs. You didn't know nothing. Just pretend when you open it, just pretend you didn't hear me. But yeah, no. No, I gotta buy that little cat plush doll for my wife though. $60 fucking. But no, this match was phenomenal. Great opener. I put this as the main event because this stole the damn show. 100% stole the effing show. I thought this was one of those matches. Like when I was watching, I was like, we really got this on a regular show. Yeah, this is a regular damn show, and we got this. This is a pay-per-view, easy. Yes,
this is a pay-per-view main event, not just a regular pay-per-view match. This is a pay-per-view main event that you got on a Wednesday night Dynamite.
Easy, and
on a random Wednesday in March.
And like the fact of the matter is like these guys, man, they killed it. They killed it every second of this, And I thought it was Omega was already the #1 contender, and if I might get that switched up now.
No, Swerve won #1 contendership when he beat Brody King at Revolution.
That's right. Okay.
And then when Kenny Omega called Swerve out last week, he said the only way I'll put this on the line is if you put your EVP status on the line.
Ospreay versus Pac is gonna be sick. Yeah, no, that's what. Okay, fair enough. That's gonna be sick though. Ospreay versus Pac.
This match was incredible. Like I said, this is the one match that I made sure I watched before the show today. Just because I'd heard so much about it. An incredible match. Two of the best professional wrestlers on the planet, showcasing why they are who they are. And I'm excited about Omega and MJF, man. I mean, they had their promo segment that I saw highlights of. I mean, really good as well. I did see highlights of the match Stampede's talking about, the Death Riders versus.
That was a good match. That was a good match.
I'm guessing is what EC wanted to talk about. So EC.
Oh yeah, Zeta Steel.
Is this the segment that you wanted to be on the show that's not on there?
Yeah, I was unaware of this. I was unaware of this until late last night. So I thought that was. I mean, I knew they were going to be there, but I didn't know they were going to be wrestling on the actual show.
That's dope.
That was a Dynamite debut for my girl. Fucking awesome.
That's badass. It was badass, and they did great though. Look, and he's right. Yeah, that match to me, I like this match, but I couldn't really find pictures of this match. Yeah, it's based off when AEW puts up their pictures and what I can find on the internet. For AEW. Yeah, it's weird with them. It is.
What you can find on the internet.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You type in AEW Dynamite, and you don't know what the hell you're getting. Yeah.
So remind me after the show. I'll tell you what I do to find some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't get a chance to see all of that match. I saw some highlights from it. I know you're a huge Zeta Steel fan or friend, actually. You guys know each other, so I figured that was the point that you wanted to bring up from the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
Um,
debut. I thought that was cool.
That is cool.
but that is all for AW Dynamite. Let's Sped, do you have anything else you wanted to add? I mentioned the Kenny Omega MJF promo that was really good. Other than that,
Nah, can't think of anything.
all right. Then we will switch to everybody's favorite segment of the week and go around the world with Stampede. As soon as I find.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Stampede here with your top 5 wrestling matches from around the world of the past week. Coming in at number 5, we're going to hop over to New Japan Pro Wrestling and the New Japan Cup semifinal match between Yuya Uemura and Boltin Oleg. Must-see match. Great tournament, especially the tail end of it, much better than the beginning. But the tail end of that New Japan Cup really delivered. Coming in at number 4 from SmackDown. We've seen these guys before in the ring, and they just keep delivering over and over and over again. It was Carmelo Hayes defending his title against Ilya Dragunov. These two are made to wrestle. They're wrestling soulmates. You know, if you haven't seen it, like I said, go back and watch it. Number 3. Back to the New Japan Cup, another semifinal matchup, and this one was Shota Umino versus Callum Newman. Get used to that name because you're going to be hearing it again. Callum Newman, Shota Umino, moving up the ranks in New Japan, great young talents, promising future for New Japan Pro Wrestling in the hands of these two. Coming in at number 2, Yuya Uemura faced Callum Newman. This was in the finals, and Callum Newman came out on top in this one to win the New Japan Cup, and that garners him a shot at Yoda Sushi for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And coming in at number 1 from Suriism, Chapter 10, we had Suri teaming up with Takumi Aroha, taking on Shihiro Hashimoto and Suri. Women's wrestling at its absolute peak. This has landed firmly in my top 10, and it's going to be hard to bump out of there, even though it's only the end of March. So if you love women's wrestling or just women or wrestling in general, make sure you see this one. Your men's wrestler of the week, like I said, you heard his name before a couple of times, Callum Newman. Your New Japan Cup winner 2026. Your women's wrestler of the week, Alexis Falcon. If you're not familiar with her, you will be familiar with her going forward. She was the one that beat Mercedes for 2 titles, and then she parlayed that into an impromptu challenge against Alex Windsor over at a Rev Pro show, and she defeated Alex Windsor for the Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Championships. So she is now the holder of 4 titles that she did not have going into last week. Amazing job all around there. And your tag team of the week, bit of a slow week for tag team wrestling. So this week it's going to go to Damian Priest and R-Truth for snagging the tag team titles over on SmackDown. What's coming up? Well, we got TNA Sacrifice on the 27th, so that'll be this Friday. Marquee matchups on that one. We have Ariana Grace putting up her Knockouts title against Dani Luna and Li Ying Li. Your X Division title match will be Leon Slater defending against Eric Young, and we have the TNA World title being put on the line as Mike Santana defends against Steve Macklin. Also on the 27th, a little bit of cross promotion. We have ROH and Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling out of Canada. Global Wars. Marquee matchups on this one. Eddie Kingston and Ortiz will team up to face Adam Priest and Tommy Billington. The ROH Women's World Television title match. Red Velvet will take on Alice Crowley. The ROH Pure title is on the line as Deonna Purrazzo defends against Maple Leaf Pro Women's Champion Giselle Shaw, and the Ring of Honor Women's World Title match, Athena will take on Taylor Rising. And this Saturday, the sold-out show MLP Uprising. Make sure you tune into this one. You're going to have talent from all over the world on this show. A lot of names that you're going to recognize. So, support Maple Leaf Pro. They're an up-and-coming promotion up here in Canada, and a long-time promotion prior to that. They were in business long before Scott D'Amore bought the promotion and resurrected. So good on him. That's all for me this week, folks. And now back to Mike, and now back to Sped.
And back to Easy. I had to put your comment up there. That's funny. Eddie Kingston is the LA Knight of AEW for you, and I love it.
Thank you for the bits, Lady Alpha.
Thank you so much, Stampede, for your segment. Always appreciated as you take us around the world. A lot of Japan stuff this week. I like it. Make sure you guys go back, watch it. Any of these wrestlers that you see have a really good chance at some point, if they choose to come to AEW, WWE, any of these American promotions and light it up. And you want to be one of those who say who you knew who they were before they got there. So make sure you guys go back, watch that segment again, look up some of the matches he's talking about. For one, really great wrestling, and two, so you can be ahead of the curve and ahead of your friends when these people show up in these American promotions that they're watching.
Definitely look up the Falcon.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely look up that Falcon chick. She is phenomenal. EC, I think
not to be confused with the Bird Lady in WWE.
No. You like
different
her,
bird.
EC. You like her. She's the style that you like. She's hard hitting. She's in your face. She's grit. She's also got that flash. You would like her. I'm telling you, man. Go give her a shot.
The women's wrestling concierge. So.
Brings us over to our post of the week. Oh, sorry, I should hit that. All right, take it away, Sped.
All right, so WWE, this is from Ringside, but this is not just WWE that does it. 2K is accused of predatory practices and scamming prices, meaning that they put these DLCs out there when they don't need to, and they make you pay $20 or whatever it is. They do this also for NBA. All right, they do this for everything that they make. All right, so it's not just WWE. I mean, Madden does it for their MUT bull crap. So if you play 2K Madden or any sport game, you're getting this bull crap. All right, they look at the kids. They're like, hey, this is a shiny new Roman Reigns, 99 overall. Go take mommy's credit card, okay, and come over here. They've been doing that since the 90s, okay, even before that. So it's the same thing. But WWE, it's not just WWE games that do this. It's every other game. What do you guys think? You guys just think that, oh, now they're trying to make something out of nothing, or is this just actually something that needs to be talked about? I don't care who talks.
No, I mean,
go ahead, EC.
I don't find it important in any way. This is something that's always gone on, and it's not going to stop. It's just another way to make money once the game is out there and already purchased. So if you're over here paying for it, it is what it is. I don't see any reason that it's an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I learned playing video games a long time ago of a word called microtransactions, and that's all this is. Just another way to get money.
Yep.
Again, I would think this would be a bigger story if WWE was the only ones doing it, or if 2K was the only ones doing it, but everybody does it.
Yep.
Every single game you play, I'm a huge Battlefield guy. I've been playing Battlefield 6 a lot. They do the same thing.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah, they have
they've got a battle pass.
Yeah.
They've got a battle pass. They've got extra stuff you can buy on top of the battle pass.
Yep. Well, whatever happened to the
guns,
days where,
you can buy them.
Whatever happened to the days where you have to be you go through the story mode and you're playing, and you're like, you know what? I want to go unlock freaking Goldberg. Gotta go beat everybody now. That type of deal. Or a cheat code would get you there. But either way, you can move on to the next one. I thought this one was funny.
No, you're fine. I mean, that's the point. I mean, if it was just WWE or just 2K, it would be one thing. It'd be a bigger story to me or to us as wrestling fans, but it's more widespread. So It's video games in general. But yes, they do need to call them out. I mean, the prices for this stuff are getting so out of hand. I mean, it was different when they first started doing it. It was like, oh, hey, 99 cents for this character, or hey,
Yeah.
$1 for this. Now you got to pay like $30 for this DLC pack, and you
Well,
get
yeah,
4 people.
After you
And-
paid $70 for the damn game. Yeah, now you're paying another
Yeah.
30. Yeah, okay. When
That's
GTA
$70 for the base game. That's not
for the base.
$100
Yeah, I was gonna say-
Undertaker Stone
Deluxe
Cold
edition, whatever.
edition.
Yeah, no, because I know GTA 6 is coming out some point this year. That's
Yeah.
what they say. That's what
No,
they say. But the base
You may want to
freaking
take out a
price-
loan on your house to get GTA 6 at this point.
Exactly. But the base price, what they're saying for this game, is going to be $99
And that's without any addition.
without any additions.
It just makes me glad that I haven't been a video gamer in a very long time.
$99. I stopped playing fucking video games because of that. Shit's getting too expensive, man. I don't need to pay.
Go ahead, finish your thought, and I'll say.
Like
what I was gonna
I don't want to pay my internet and then pay Xbox a Game Pass fee to play on the internet, you know. And even PlayStation is moving to that now. PlayStation's moving to a network where you have to pay to play. The Nintendo did that. What the heck? You know, like this is all around. They do it everywhere. It's not just this is what I was talking about. This is not just WWE. Microsoft does it. Nintendo's doing it. PlayStation's doing it. Everyone does it. You know.
Well, on top of that, 2K does it. EA Sports does it, which is who does a lot of these games because you have to have an EA Sports account and you do stuff
Yes.
for them too.
$4.99
Yeah, I mean,
for
not
that. Yes. It's like
Exactly.
cheese and crackers.
Not only do
man.
you have to have your PlayStation or your Xbox account, you also have an account for the game and then another account. It's crazy. It's getting out of hand. So.
It's like I got to give up my firstborn son to be able to play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. You know?
But he won't do that, Aiden. If you're still watching, you're safe.
I already own the
He
game.
doesn't want to
buddy.
play the game that bad.
I already own
So
it.
you're good, Aiden.
I bought it before all this crap happened. That's how old that game
Okay.
is.
Next up,
Oh yeah, Thunder Rosa was offered once offered a contract by WWE for $60,000 a year to become a referee. I feel like that's a slap in the face by WWE to a great wrestler. What do you guys think? EC, you're the female wrestling fan, the entrepreneur, you know, like the guru. What do you think?
I mean, I'm going to have to assume they didn't think very highly of her wrestling ability. I mean, that's what they do with anybody that they, has a tryout and then they get offered because most of these referees at NXT are former independent wrestlers. So,
Yep.
I mean, look, I read this too, and she was gonna at least go for the tryout or accept it or whatnot, and then COVID happened, and I guess they just never followed up with her. So I mean, if she was gonna take it, can't really complain about it.
No, but it is WWE just being WWE. As Isaiah said, I agree with that.
and here's the thing: this story right here, this is the story that should make everyone thank God for AEW.
Yes,
Because this is the kind of stuff that happened before you had AEW, before you
Yes.
had an alternative where people could go make money, like real money, and wrestle and support their families and have a good living, not wrestling for $50 in a high school gym somewhere or somewhere like that.
Yep.
So every time you see a story like this from 5, 6 years ago, 7, 8, 9 years ago, thank God for AEW, where these people have an alternative to go and can get paid and take care of their families. And even thank God for the indie scene now, who is even bigger than it ever has been. So I don't want to not shine light on that as well, because the indie scene today is head and shoulders more than what it was in 2018 and before. Thank you, Matt Cardona. Really, he brought a lot of that to the forefront.
Yep.
But yeah, thank God for the alternatives we have now, where these people can say, "I don't want to be a referee. I want to follow my dream. I want to be a wrestler." So WWE, go screw yourself.
Yep. I was gonna say something. I should not. Should say that. Fuck it.
All right,
You hear that?
moving on.
You hear that bass? You hear him? You fucking retard. Stop talking about shit you don't know about. Stay in your mama's basement, suck on that titty a little bit more, and shut the fuck up. I'm gonna block his ass I'm not blocking his ass. It's on now.
I have no idea what happened. Anyway, moving on. The
He knows.
matchmaker.
That shit happened earlier today. Motherfucker went on. Oh, hey, this one is
Go ahead with the
for
matchmaker.
everybody. Becky Lynch, Thunder Rosa, Daria Ray, and Natsupoi. I want to say that's how you say it. I know it's Natsu from Stardom. 4 straight up badass women. 4 is a 4-way dance. You know, who do you guys got winning and why? I did spell her name right. Okay, good.
EC, take it away first.
This is obvious without me answering, right? I mean, look, there's only one option here for me, and it's not just me saying it. I think everybody here knows it. It is Becky Lynch. You know,
Big time Bex.
the man, big time Bex, the Irish Lass Kicker, the greatest female wrestler of all time. And again, it's not just me saying it. The Bleacher Report says it. Go Becky!
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Natsu. Like that, she's just one of those wrestlers, man. She works magic in that ring. And thank you, Stampede, for putting me on to Stardom. But no, if I didn't know this, I would definitely go Becky. Becky is one of my favorites. Becky is probably one of the greatest, if not the best horsewoman out of all of them. All right. I'm just going to throw it out there. It's not me just saying it. That was Bleacher Report saying that. That was Sports Illustrated saying that. And that was ESPN saying that as well. NEC.
I'll save the three-peat of the everybody saying it. It's Becky Lynch. I don't know enough about Natsupoi. I know she's great. Obviously, she's got the Sped and Stampede stamp of approval, I guess, for lack of a better term.
You guys gotta go watch her. She is crazy fast. She like it's like when she's in the ring and you're watching her, you're like, holy crap, why are you still in Japan? Come to AEW, go to WWE, get on a bigger stage because that's what Natsu is. She comes out of left field. It's like, what the fuck did you come from?
And that was more to my point a minute ago. Maybe she doesn't want to. That she is, if she can make a great living in Japan, being there, and she wants to.
Oh yeah,
more power to her. That's amazing. I'm happy that she can do that. But if she wants to come to AEW, WWE, TNA, whatever.
Well, yeah, and that's the one thing we were talking about on Point Taken and on Good Evening IWC's division of Stardom in New Japan, because Hiroshi Tanahashi says he has one. So we'll see. Yeah.
All right. So pretty much Becky Lynch around the room, other than Sped and Stampede going Natsupoi. I'm not gonna lie, Daria Ray didn't have a ton of personality in WWE either.
She just whooped her ass and got out of that ring.
But she could, go. I mean, now she was okay as a general. I've never been a huge fan of her character. And I know she can talk. I've watched her podcast with her wife. They have a really good podcast where they talk about all kinds of different stuff. It's really fun. So I know she can talk. I just don't know. I don't know, man. It baffles me. I loved watching her in the ring. She was great.
Only one of these have left WrestleMania as a double women's champion. That's
true.
That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
Welcome to the big time, bitch.
All right, that is the show for tonight. This is where Sped and EC will tell you where they can find you before we get to the final word. EC, take it away. Tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, you can see it, ECBITW on X. Same username on Instagram with an underscore. That's where I'm at.
Good.
Yeah, I just got 3 other shows after this. What is it? Saturday we got Point Taken. Brains from Kicking Attitude will be on versus Mob, two-time champions. Brains from Kicking Attitude, Mob from Mob Squad. Then you got Carlos from the Wrestle Collective, 3-time champion. And you guys saw him earlier, the 4-time champion representing Canada. The only 4-time champion that we have so far. Stampede. Those guys will be battling it out. Good Evening IWC at 7. And then the whole damn mess with TC. That one's gonna be fun. Next week, that's gonna be fun. So y'all tune in. Follow me on X at Spedrock4, sadly. And there you go.
All right. Before the final word with Big Mike, we talked about it a minute ago. And the word's alternative. You know, we talked a minute ago about how amazing it is with the Thunder Rosa thing that she has the ability now to go anywhere in the world and make enough money to where she can support a family, where she can have a great life and not have to scrape by wrestling for. And then, trust me, there's still plenty of that around. There's still people wrestling for $50 in a high school gym, and because it's never going to go away. But whenever you see stories like that, like I mentioned earlier, whenever you see WWE do something you don't like, whenever you see AEW do something you don't like, thank God we have an alternative to where if you don't like what you're watching, all you got to do is turn the channel. Wait another night. If you don't like what you're seeing on Monday nights, wait till Wednesday night. If you don't like what you're seeing on Wednesday night, wait till Thursday night with TNA. If you don't like either one of those, go to Tuesday night for NXT or SmackDown or New Japan or Stardom or Rev Pro or any of the other 1,000 wrestling companies that are out there. If you can't see them on TV, you can see them on YouTube. Do a little bit of research. Hit us up on the Running Wrestling Podcast. Stampede knows all of them because he watches every single one of them every week. That's why he takes us around the world to give you guys a little bit of an insight on everything else that's not mainstream wrestling that we talk about. So make sure you guys are paying attention. Watch some of these people. Support these people. These are the people who you're going to see in the future on your TVs, on your WrestleManias, on your all or nothings, all your all ins, your all outs, everything like that. So if you don't like what you're watching, thank God that there's an alternative.